In this training module, I'm going to show you how to file your provisional patent application with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. This includes navigating the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office website, uploading your information, filing your application, and paying the required fees. By the end of this training module, you should be able to file your own provisional patent application and get patent pending status. Let's get started. So I've navigated to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office website, located at www.uspto.gov. You should be able to see that here. Now I use Google Chrome for all of the stuff that I do on the Patent Office, usually. Sometimes I'll use Internet Explorer, but Google Chrome seems to work really well. I use a Windows-based PC. If you have a different computer or different browsers, you should try them out and see which one works. Sometimes you'll find that one browser works better than another. So if you run into a problem on one browser, try a different browser if you have one, and see if it works better on the other browser. On the USPTO website, we need to navigate to the electronic filing system, and there are several ways to get there. You could use the search bar, and you could type in electronic filing system or EFS-web, and it would pull up a link. You can use this menu bar here and go to EFS Web Filing. You can also go to this menu bar up here and go to Filing Online, and they'll all take you eventually to the links for the electronic filing system. What you're looking for specifically is the electronic filing system, or EFS-web, for unregistered users. If you're a registered patent agent or patent attorney, you can log on with your own user account and access additional information. Individuals who aren't registered with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office can also set up accounts. We're not going to go through that process in this training module, but if you do set up an account, you'll have access to additional information about your patent application that you can track, which isn't available to unregistered users. So we're going to follow the links here to EFS-web. And then we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to the link for EFS Web for unregistered e-filers. This takes us to the page where we can start putting in the information for our own provisional patent application. And we're just going to follow the steps here. So for my provisional patent application, I'm going to enter in my information on this page, and then on a later page, I'll upload the documents that we've created. So I've entered in my information now, and I'm going to click this button for a new application. This is a utility application, and it's also a provisional utility application. If at any point you have questions, you can click on some of these information buttons, and they can help give you additional guidance. But these are the buttons that you need to click to file a new provisional patent application. Once we've selected the correct options here, we can move on with the process. This page asks for some basic information about the patent application. One thing to note here is that you're asked if you want to file an application data sheet up in this top box. An application data sheet, or ADS, is a required document for a utility non-provisional patent application. It's not a required document for a provisional patent application, so we're going to skip that in this process. I've gone ahead and entered in my information for my application. Down here you'll notice that we have the same information about where we want to send correspondence information. And I'm going to click on the correspondence address just like I did in the cover sheet form that we filled out previously. Now that I've filled out all the information for the correspondence address, I just click Continue to go to the next page. This page lets me look at and verify the information that we've already entered. Once I've verified that information, I can now scroll down and begin to upload the documents that we've created. And as a reminder, you'll have either 3 or 4 documents that you'll be uploading with this provisional patent application. In my case, I'll have 3. I'll have the specification that I created, the drawings that I created, and the cover sheet that I filled out. If you also qualify for microentity status, additionally, you will file a microentity certification form. I'll show you how to upload each of those now. In order to be uploaded, the documents you create need to be in a specific format, both with their file names and with the type of PDF that they are. While there are a lot of tools out there that can create PDF documents generally, many of the tools out there to create PDFs don't create a PDF that's compatible with the USPTO's filing requirements. For example, I've tried in the past to get the PDF printer from Microsoft Word to print a PDF that's compatible, and I've had a very difficult time doing that. There are some different settings that will show up as errors when you try to upload a document that you've either exported from Microsoft Word or you've printed using the Microsoft PDF printer option, and it will give you errors that won't allow you to continue with the process at the USPTO website. Similarly, when I've created a PDF using Adobe Acrobat, I've run into issues. Now, I imagine there are some ways to go and change the settings in those programs so that they will be compatible with the USPTO filing requirements. However, I've chosen to use a different piece of software that's free online. It's called Qt PDF. C-U-T-E PDF. Qt PDF has a free version that you can download. Here's the version that I've chosen to use. It's free. You can download it for free, use it for free. I haven't had any problems with this. It's always created PDFs that are compatible. I'm not trying to advertise this for you. You can choose a different piece of software if you want. It really doesn't matter to me. Just know that when you create a PDF document, if you load it up into the USPTO website and it's not working, it's very likely that it's because of the type of software you're using to create the PDF rather than some other issue that you need to address. Since we talked a little bit about the option to print a document using Qt PDF or another PDF printer, I might as well show you how I do that on my computer. As a side note, you can ignore the older format of this page itself. The drawings, however, did not change. I simply go up to the Print button, and then under the options for printers I can select Qt PDF Writer, which is the printer I'm going to use. There's also an option to select a Microsoft Print to PDF, which I mentioned before doesn't give you the correct formatting for your document. And I simply print this document using the Qt PDF Writer, and it will create the document that I need. Now, when you use Qt PDF or another piece of software to create your PDF documents, what you'll do, or what I do, is in my Word document, I have the option to print the document. When you go in to print the document, you should be able to select one of the PDF printers as your printer. It's not a piece of hardware, it's a software printer, and it simply creates an electronic copy of the document in a PDF format. This is different from trying to export the document using the export function in Microsoft Word. I also recommend looking at the link here next to the files to be submitted. This link will show you some information about the naming conventions that are required in order to upload documents to the PTO's website. This naming convention is a little bit funky, but make sure that you comply with it, otherwise it will give you an error when you try to upload. In my opinion, the things to watch out for in your file names is to make sure you don't have any periods or any spaces in the name. Now that we've looked at the file naming convention, let's go ahead and upload some documents. Click on the Choose File button, and then it'll open up another box to be able to upload your documents. Here I've gone ahead and selected my specification document. As you upload each document, you'll need to select which type of document you're uploading. In this case, my specification has both the specification and the claims in it. So I'm going to select that this document contains multiple documents within one document. Here I can select exactly which parts of the documents I'm uploading. Now I've designated that this one document has both a specification and claims, and I've given the page numbers for each of those parts. Now I can add another file for my drawings. This is my drawing file, and it only has drawings in it, so I don't need to do a multi-part document for this selection. Now here you see that there are two options. You can pick drawings only black and white line drawings, or drawings other than black and white line drawings. At this stage, because it's a provisional patent application, it doesn't matter which one you select. I also need to upload my provisional cover sheet. You'll notice here that all of the documents I've uploaded are called application parts. That's the general category of documents, and then I simply select specification, claims, drawings, and cover sheet. If I were also uploading the microentity certification form, I would need to add one more file. I'll show you how to do that here, but I'll have to delete it before I file this application. I would upload the document here using the same approach I've done before. In the category box, instead of selecting the application part, I would then select an entity status correspondence part. Now notice here there are two different options for the type of microentity status certification you're providing. For almost everyone, unless you're a higher education institution that qualifies, your certification will be based on your gross income. We've talked about that in a different training module. That's how you'd make the proper selections for the microentity status certification. I need to delete this because I don't qualify for microentity status. Now that I've specified all the documents I'm uploading, I can go ahead and hit the Upload and Validate button. You'll see that this brings up a page where I can see the documents that I've uploaded. You can also see that for each document there's a status here. Fortunately, it says no validation errors were found. If you uploaded documents that don't comply with all of the requirements, either the naming convention or perhaps the PDF wasn't printed or prepared properly, it will tell you that here. You'll either get a warning with a yellow triangle, which you can proceed without correcting, or you'll get an error with a red triangle, which you'll have to fix before you can proceed to file. Since I don't have any warnings or errors, my next step is to simply look at each of these documents by clicking on the links. This will pull up a copy of your document that you can then look at and make sure that it has all the parts to it that you're expecting to be there. Make sure it didn't potentially cut off some information or pages of the document that it was uploading. It should be fine. There are rarely problems with this, but it's worth it to scroll through quickly and review the document and make sure it's as expected. Once you've looked at the document, you can close that out. Now you can review the remaining documents. When I go to review my drawing document, I notice something funny. As I'm scrolling through, everything looks just like I would expect. My new drawings are even added on at the end here. That's what I want. However, when I get to the end of what I think should be my drawings, I now see that my document, somehow, I've copied a second set of drawings on it, and so I've made a mistake and need to go and correct that mistake. This is a good opportunity to show you how to correct that mistake and reload the documents on the USPTO's filing system. Before we go and fix the drawing documents, I also want to review the cover sheet form. When I go to review this cover sheet document, you'll notice that it looks like it pulls up a status where it's still trying to load the document. If you wait for this status to change, it won't. It'll be the same the whole time. What you need to do if you want to double check that this document uploaded correctly is to go in and download the document to your computer. Then open it up in your own PDF viewer and make sure it looks the same as what you think you uploaded. Here's a copy of the document I downloaded, which, not surprisingly, looks exactly like the document that we uploaded. And just to be thorough, I go and I double check to make sure that the signature is applied properly on this document. After reviewing each of these documents, I simply close the windows. I'm now back to the same page where I'm able to review my documents. Since I need to make some changes to my drawing document, I'm going to go ahead and remove the drawings that we put on here previously. Once I remove that document, you'll see it doesn't show up here on this review page anymore. Now I need to go back and I need to attach files. This takes us back to the same page where we were before, where we were able to upload the documents. So I'll need to choose another file to upload my new modified drawing document. Now that I've selected the correct file, I just go in and select the proper category and the type of document, just like I did before. With that added, I can now upload again to get that document re-uploaded. And again, I'll click on and check these files just to make sure they're what I expect. Now that I've looked at all the files that I've uploaded, and they look like what I want them to, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the process. This is the page where you select the fees that you're going to pay. The first thing you want to do is you want to click on the type of entity that you qualify as. If you're a micro entity, click on the micro entity button. That will re-update some of the information so that the correct fees load into the system. I'm a small entity, so I'll go ahead and select small entity. Now, there are only a couple things to select here. I'm going to select provisional, and I'm going to hit the button calculate. You shouldn't have any other fees that you need to file at this time. You'll see here that it already calculated my fee is $140. If you were a micro entity, this fee should be half of that, or $70. Since that amount looks correct for my application, I'm going to go ahead and continue. At this stage, your application should be completely ready to submit to the Patent Office. If you want, you can look through these documents one more time to make sure they look the same. You can also look at this additional document that was added, which is the fee info sheet. It simply outlines the fee that you selected to pay as part of this filing. Once you're ready, you can hit the Submit button and file your application. You'll need to make the payment after you file. There we go. This patent application is now patent pending. I still need to pay the fee in order to finalize the process. There is an option to pay the fee later, but if you do that, you'll have to pay a surcharge, and the amount of the surcharge is almost as much as the filing fee for your provisional patent application. So I would suggest that you just pay the filing fee up front. You'll notice here that this is the application number that you've been granted for your provisional patent application. You'll want to keep that application number with you, and I'll show you where to save the information after we pay the fee. So here's the button where you can pay the fee now. On this page, you'll want to click on the button that says Pay with the new USPTO payment system. And I assume that everybody who will be filing through this workshop will be paying with a credit card. On this page, if you have an account set up already, you can sign in here. But since most of you won't have an account, we're going to go ahead and pay as a guest this time. And this again brings up the payment screen. It shows you the total. It shows you what you're paying for, which is the provisional patent application that you uploaded. Now you can just simply enter your information and hit the payment button now. I've entered in my credit card information above and my billing address, and now all we need to do is click on Submit Payment. We've now filed and paid for the provisional patent application. This is the confirmation page. It gives you the information you need about your provisional patent application, and now you should download a copy of the receipt or the e-filing acknowledgement to keep on hand in your documentation to keep track of this patent application. And you can do that here by clicking Save Receipt. And that's it. Congratulations! You're now patent pending. You've now prepared and filed your own provisional patent application. I think that's pretty exciting. Now you can go out with confidence and start to determine how you're going to use this invention.